This song is entitled Heartbeat, and it was sung by a Vincentian artist called Naya.
My heart skips a beat. My heart skips a beat every time you're standing next to me. My heart skips a beat every time I'm with you. My heart skips a beat every time I pass you on the street. My heart skips a beat every time I see you. My heart goes boom.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Explicit, boy.
WEFM family. It's Activated Mornings. Roleza and Dianna inside the studio. Hey, I don't really know what to say, but I know I'm gonna do it for you. Hey!
You make it this morning. You make it. You make it.
Boy.
A little proud of you this morning. Congrats.
Oh.
You make it this morning. I dropped the rhythm. Can we hit the rhythm again?
Oh, you want to hear this? Hey. She loves the rhythm. Yeah.
And no demon further encouraging you talk about song. Sorry, demon. Yeah,
come on.
We were giving the play this morning. She come through this morning for us.
Come on. Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are wide awake now. All the yawning done, all the stretching done. You probably have a cup of tea sipping on as you're listening. Big up you with your cup of tea. Please don't send any pictures to us of you drinking your tea. Okay, we don't want to see anybody's breakfast, only if it is in person for us.
Yeah, and I would like bacon with some scrambled eggs, little fruit on the side.
Okay, you
omelets. Actually, omelets would be ideal. Right? Omelets would be ideal. An omelet.
I want to drink.
I like tea. I just, as in tea bags. I like tea bags.
Okay. Some chocolate tea will be nice. It's a long time I didn't drink some chocolate tea.
Yeah.
Long time. I wonder, I wonder if they have they make chocolate in the other, like how we make it here. I wonder if they do that in other Caribbean islands. Vinci is in other places, all in the US and the UK. Tell me, have you seen chocolate? The chocolate, some persons make them here in the cube form, some persons make them like a cylinder, they roll them up. Is that done in other Caribbean islands and in outside of the Caribbean? Let me know, please.
I actually saw a video recently on Facebook where there's a place in St. Lucia. They have it's like more like a restaurant type setup that is in the middle of a cocoa farm. So one of the offerings is cocoa tea. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice little quaint looking setup. I would love to go. I would honestly love to go.
Okay.
It's on my bucket list. Because what they have there as well, I can't remember the name of the place, but they also have like these antique so things from the past. So like a record player, you will see antique
lovely
cutlery, you will see what do you call cups and saucers?
Where's
but I think it's a cockery. It's cockery. Well, okay,
I don't know. There's probably another name I don't remember.
Right, and so it's just like vintage stuff. And if anyone knows me, like I'm a vintage type of person. So going there, I would just fall in love and want to stay. So it's in the middle of like a rainforest type of setting as well too. So it seems very quaint and really, really nice. So
yeah, from your description, it's so
I will try to find a video and send it to you. Yeah.
Okay, so George says they don't have that chocolate in Puerto Rico. Okay, George. Okay, so George, you're not getting any chocolate over there. Oh gosh, you're gonna have to come home for some.
Well, that's always a good reason to come back home.
Yes, yes.
All right, so good morning to everybody, and we are back with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM, the Clean First Song. But I wonder how, it like just sitting down here and be able to look at it. You see, I have to say it every time.
I know.
I am forever an island girl. Just being able to sit down here, see the boats passing, see ships passing. Nice, beautiful waters.
Come on.
The waters are lovely, folks.
Nice
folks
and
in the diaspora will forever be rubbing it in. Forever be rubbing it in.
It's so calm. It is literally so calm outside. Flat like paper.
Flat, yeah. It's flat, and we're not seeing the Saharan dust as much. So we are seeing like last night. So yesterday I went and I was looking out, and I swear like I could see Grenada. I can't see Grenada from home, but I was seeing several of the Grenadine islands. I can't even tell you which is which. I could only make out Beckway. So I'd have to take a map and figure out what is who is who. But it was just so clear. Like we have some really beautiful clear days of recent.
Yes.
And absolutely love it. Absolutely. This is what persons who wish to come home, like this is the ideal time, because when you talk about picturesque, this is the time that we're actually seeing how pretty the country is and our multiple islands are. So yeah.
And the flatness of the water though, I noticed.
Right, it's cockery. I knew it was a word, right?
Somebody, okay. Nice. I noticed some one news had this picture they were mentioning, an article they were mentioning the calmness of the sea, as of late, and wondering if this is normal. I saw somebody comment and say it's not normal for this time of the year. I don't know.
I don't know. Just let's just embrace it and enjoy it. I don't want to hear what it might mean or whatever.
We like the calmness.
It is it's just lovely. It really is beautiful. We're having some very beautiful days. All right. So. All right, so before we get into the topic for discussion this morning, I want to say good morning to Kelroy and Horatio, two silent listeners who popped up in my inbox. So I'm just, but Kelroy actually sent something in relation to a conversation we had with the derelict vehicles, but I sometimes don't check my messages as often as I should. So I saw that he had sent an article to confirm who does it and who was doing it, etc. So just good morning to Kelroy and to Horatio as well, and to all those on the live, and George and Jason. Jason, your son in the alphabet. But anyways, let's continue.
Okay, so this morning, some of you may have heard yesterday, a body was discovered at Gibson Corner.
Oh, morning to Charlene.
All right.
Just looked at my phone.
Okay. So yesterday, a body was discovered at Gibson Corner. It has not yet been identified. The police has since released a statement on it. I'm just going to read the police statement. So you can find it on the RSVG Police Force Facebook page. It says the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has launched an investigation following the discovery of the body of an unidentified male referred to as John Doe along the Gibson Corner Main Road. The body was found around 6 a.m. yesterday. Preliminary reports indicate that the deceased sustained a single gunshot wound to the back with no other visible injuries. A postmortem examination is expected to determine the exact cause of death. Since the discovery, the Crime Scene Unit, the CSU, has processed the scene and gathered valuable evidence that will aid in the ongoing investigation. The public will be updated with relevant information as it becomes available. And of course, as usual, they're urging anyone that has any information that will assist in the investigation to come forward, reach out to the police, and let them know. Right, so we were hoping yesterday that the body that was discovered, we wouldn't hear that it was a killing. We were hoping that it might just have been a heart attack or something, but sadly, it doesn't seem to be the case. Well, the person has a gunshot wound. Yeah. All
right, you're reading Eyewitness story?
Oh yeah. So on Eyewitness News now, there's a story speaking about the same body that was discovered, and it is why my page looking like this?
All right, let me put it up.
Okay.
You found it?
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So it's talking about the police looking into the body that was found as well. And then it goes on to say that it may be linked. It seems there is at least some sort of conversation about the possibility of the body that was found being linked to a robbery that took place in Peruvian Vale. I did not even hear about this robbery. Right. So there was it says that the discovery of the body came hours after police responded to an attempted robbery at Peruvian Vale, in which a former police officer is said to have fired his rounds, in empty. Okay. Yeah. So he emptied the gun in assisting the persons around him, in response to the attempted robbery. So sources told Eyewitness News that the police officer was among them at the time lying at the roadside when 3 masked men armed with at least one gun approached them. During the interaction, the former police officer began discharging his firearm, and the assailants fled the scene in a vehicle, leaving behind a firearm loaded with several rounds of ammunition. Right? So there is that incident. Listen, I am glad that a police officer was there.
Well, he's a former police officer.
Former, yes, former. I'm glad he was there. And what are the chances that he happened to have been there when these persons came to attempt to rob the place? I like it. I like the coincidence. It's a good coincidence.
All right. So, I mean, we're not trying to sound excited that somebody has died.
Right.
I will say that there are times when I would woke up my emotions over certain things, and there are times when I would just read a story and carry on with my life. And I am not trying to sound cold. I am not trying to sound callous. If there is indeed a connection, the story itself leaves a lot of questions for me, right? Because of the fact that as the linkage is being made, it's being said that the 3 persons went to Peruvian Vale, they attempted a robbery, they were shot at, so they were able to flee the scene, leaving behind a loaded firearm, and they made their way past Kingston, past the hospital. The person who was with them in the vehicle, they dumped the body or threw the body over, because you have to throw the body over because it landed on the roof of the person's house below, right? And it left many questions in my head, and I'm saying, wow. Wow, right? Because of the fact that, okay, so you went with your friends or whoever, maybe they may not necessarily have been friends but acquaintances. You went to commit this particular act. And look at what has happened in the end, right? So even if he sustained a gunshot wound, they passed the hospital. Yep. They did not even say, well, let me, leave him close to the hospital where he could be discovered or whatever. I mean, he may have possibly died before then, or he could have been bleeding out. Or maybe he died getting closer to Gibson Corner. I don't know what happened there. But still, when you look at what has happened, they went to commit this act, and the same people who you're with just dumped you like nothing. For those of you with criminal intentions out there, I would like to say, let this serve as a warning lesson to you, right? Again, I am happy that in this instance that it was a former police officer, who was among them, who, in a way, in trying to protect not only maybe his life, but also the life of the other persons around. Because how much more of these situations do we need to go through, right? In terms of as citizens, where you're just there hanging out, you're just there lying in,
exactly.
You're just there socializing. What it is that we're supposed to be inside of our houses, let's say as soon as the sun goes down now. Why do persons with criminal intent feel as if they need to take away that socializing aspect of persons' lives, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, maybe I am sounding harsh, but the reality of what it is for many persons at this time, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It is ridiculous. You're there, and it's not to say, let's say we're close to maybe the city area, or persons are lying in known hotspots.
Exactly.
You just there in your community,
exactly.
And to have 3 persons approach and try to maybe possibly rob or whatever. Nah. Yeah. I ain't cold, people, but
I don't think it is cold.
Is indeed correct. I am listening, and I will just carry on with my life. Right? I will just carry on with my life, and that's it. That's me speaking on this matter, and I am done. I'm done.
Roleza is done. All right. I agree with you, Roleza. I can't even tell you how pleased I was when I read and I saw this thing said the ex-police officer was there. Oh boy, ex-police officers, I'll probably need to go out and name some more. Probably
no, because they're not gonna be putting their lives in possible danger.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. But I'm really pleased that he was able to defend himself and the others around him. And so this morning, and while we're hearing that this particular person was found, we're not sure if the connection. We're still waiting for more information, to confirm for sure that there is a connection. But if it is that, I think we're gonna head out at this time. All right. So we will. Don't forget, coming up at 8:00, we have our cup chat this morning. All right, at 7:45, we will bring to you Ponder on These Things with Mr. Lansford Weeks. So we're going to head out of our first talk segment for this morning so that we can bring you traffic talk very, very shortly. Stay tuned.